Well, in just a few hours, a months-long investigation into two of Franklin County's top law enforcement officers is set to begin, days after one of them doubted this could even be a fair process. State House reporter Josh Morrill joins us now live in the newsroom with more on what's to come. Josh?
Well, Lauren, House Speaker Jill Krowinski announced the 7 members of that special committee last week, which will meet for the first time on Tuesday morning. And since this is such a unique situation, lawmakers will first be tasked with getting up to speed on how the process will work before deciding whether impeachment is the right way to go.
We have an obligation to do this.
A diverse set of 7 of Vermont's House members are set to make history, starting the first impeachment proceedings in the state in over 50 years.
They have this time over the summer and fall to do an investigation and then decide. There would need to be a vote whether to move forward in the next step of the process.
The committee's meeting on Tuesday signals the first step in the impeachment process for both Franklin County Sheriff John Grismore and State's Attorney John Lavoie, who continue to contend they shouldn't be removed from office.
There's more to be heard.
In a video from last summer, Grismore appears to kick a detainee who is in handcuffs. Grismore was a captain before he was fired, and John Lavoie is accused of using derogatory references towards coworkers and their family members on dozens of occasions. The first steps to justice will be focusing on the rules of the committee's work.
A subpoenaing process that talks about what may or may not be in executive session, talks about confidentiality of documents, it talks about how we will proceed with testimony, kind of equivalent to a grand jury in some respects.
In an interview last week, Grismore questioned the fairness of the committee, saying 2 members who represent his county asked him to drop out of the race before he was elected.
Having been treated guilty, largely, and by the politicians of this county, which I don't believe are representative of people that live in this county.
But House Speaker Jill Krowinski said due process is the goal, and the committee will be getting plenty of outside help.
This committee has to go through a very thorough process, right? And so they're going to be hearing from witnesses, they're going to be setting up rules and procedures, and even potentially bringing in their own special investigator.
Official hearings are set to begin this summer, and both Krowinski and the man at the helm of the committee, House Judiciary Chair Martin Lalonde, is determined to reach one goal through the process, no matter the outcome.
Maintaining the public trust of the residents of Franklin County and their elected officials.
And the next step would be a resolution either recommending the House to vote to impeach or to not impeach either Lavoie, Grismore, or both. And much like a veto override, they would need a 2/3 vote to push the discussion to the Senate, who will have ultimate decision-making power. And Krowinski also said next legislative session, the House plans to bring a constitutional amendment to the table, allowing punishment for sheriffs and state's attorneys to be a much easier and varying process. And make sure to tune in tomorrow at 6 p.m. where I'll have a full breakdown on the committee's first day of proceedings. But for now, live in the newsroom, Josh Morrill, Fox 44 News.